Hey, what's up? It's me, Jessica J, and I was just wondering if you've ever sat and thought to yourself, but Jessica, what are the turn-offs? Well, so I'm glad you asked because my last video was like the 8 minor things guys do that are like major turn-ons for us women. But it's important that you know what dries up the puss as well. So to make sure you never miss out on another opportunity to hear what does it or another one of my videos, don't forget to hit that subscribe button with the notification bell. Okay, so like I said, it's really important for you guys to know the little things you're doing that you're not even realizing you're doing that are actually turning us off. So there's a bunch of these, let's get right to it. But wait, the caveat, Again, we women, our biggest erogenous zone is our brain. So we're more so primed for pound town mentally and emotionally than we are physically. So a lot of these things are gonna probably come as a shock to you. Especially the last one. Y'all really take for granted the fact that the last one is a huge fucking turnoff. But y'all still do it and use it as your crutch. Anyway, I digress, that's the last one. The first one is hesitating. I'll tell you right now, nothing turns me off more than a dude that I have a lot of fun with. We have chemistry, we're connecting, we're touching each other, and he never makes a fucking move. If he doesn't make a move on me, eventually I just start to get angry. Probably angry at myself, really. Because what happens is when you hesitate, we women think that we did something wrong. Because we, at our core, believe that y'all are the ones who, if you really wanted us like that, you wouldn't be able to stop yourselves. So if you're able to stop yourselves, we're like, oh my God, I must be ugly. And then we get embarrassed for getting the wrong idea, and then we get really angry at ourselves. I remember I met this one guy, we had a fucking bomb night. My friends were feeling his friends. Him and I were just having a great time. We ended up at the strip club. We're laughing. We're holding hands, hugging each other. And then I'm like, okay, do you have a girlfriend or a wife or anything? And he's like, no. And again, this is like a couple hours into us hanging out. And I'm like, okay, he still hasn't made the move. Okay, you know, maybe it's just too wild. We're having too much fun. Let me invite him back to my place. Then I invite him back to my place, and he proceeds to talk some more about like 3 feet away from me. And now I feel stupid. I'm like, oh, maybe he's gay. Oh, I didn't ask if he had a boyfriend. And now at this point, I'm super fucking pissed at myself. So I like kindly asked him to leave. He didn't even try to stay. And I never heard from him again. But again, I was very embarrassed. I'm thinking I'm the one who's a big fucking turnoff and he's just hanging out thinking we can just be friends. Again, because we women believe that if you really wanted us, you would come after us. And when you don't, we're like, well, he must not want me. So again, hesitating pulps the puss. Now, number 2 is something that all my girls here at Jessica J Dating, all my friends have mentioned this being a huge fucking turnoff, and I know a lot of you guys don't do it, but for the ones who do, you better stop because it's asking if you can kiss us. I know I've told this story before where like I was out at a club all night with a celebrity. We were having an awesome time. We had so much fun. He made me laugh so hard. And we're like dancing, and we're like grinding all night, and he's like smelling on my neck and shit. And I'm like grinding the butt up against him and shit. And after hours of doing this, you know, he never tries to kiss me or anything. But finally, you know, we get into the back seat because he's got a driver, and we're like pretty wasted at this point, and he still hasn't made a move. And in his drunken stupor, he goes, can I kiss you? Like, bro, it just kind of sucked the romance out of it. Like, I wanted to be swept away and taken into his arms. And alluding back to the first one, it's like, if you don't feel so compelled to make the move on me because you want me that bad, my puss is gonna dry up so fast. And for those of you who know the story, you'll know that I just knee-jerk responded with, no! Even I was surprised, like, yo, chill. And I was like, damn, man, I could have said I hooked up with this dude, but like, I can't help how dry the puss be right now. I can't believe myself. But, you know, you can't make the body do what the heart can't handle. And my heart was just like, ew, girl, ew. But then again, so was the vagine. Which then brings me to the third one, which is not being proactive with us. Which is genuinely echoing number 1 and 2, but I mean being proactive in general. Another guy who got my number, and I thought we had a fun time. The easiest way for me to fall for you is for all my girlfriends to like all of your friends. Anyway, this is the case, but me and him had a bomb time. He got my number, and then for the next 2-3 days it was, so if you ever want to hang out sometime, let me know. So would you ever want to hang out sometime? So maybe if you're not busy sometime, we can hang out. Like, bro, just tell me when we're fucking hanging out. I got a life, you got a life. Again, if you're not proactive with us, we'll be like, okay, he's not proactive with my puss. He's probably being proactive with other pussies. Number 4 is going a little off topic from the last 3, which is not asking about us. I was on a date with another guy. I got mad stories today. I was on a date with another guy. Hilarious. Could talk a lot. He was from Jersey, drive a Ferrari, super fine. Anyway, I get there and all he does is blah, 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 blah about himself. I even timed it. An hour into the date, he goes, well, tell me about you. You haven't said anything about yourself. To which I responded with, well, you haven't asked me. To which he then responded with, okay, well, so like, what do you do for work? To which I responded with, and to which he responded with, because for work, you know what I do? I blah, 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 blah. It's hard to meet women who blah, 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 blah. Everybody wants me for my money, blah, 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 blah. And then he had the audacity to ask me why I wasn't going home with him that night. He thought we had a great time and we really connected and had so much chemistry. Like, bro, you didn't ask me a damn thing about myself. How am I supposed to feel anything for you when I feel invisible? Not trying to get to know a woman for who she is, separate from all the other women out there, is not gonna make her feel good about getting into bed with you. She'll feel like any other woman getting into that bed with you. And no woman ever wants to feel like that. I don't care how casual of a hookup it may be, what she's not looking for. We just don't want to feel like that. Ask us questions. Ask us personal questions. And if you know you need some help in this regard, stay till the very end. I'm going to tell you a super quick fix for it. Now, the 5th one is, asking generic ass questions. Like, how are you? What do you like to do for fun? Good morning. How's your morning going? I'll tell you right now, anything you can copy and paste and send to any other woman or even a man or even your mother is also gonna make us feel invisible. Anytime you make us feel like we could be fucking anybody in your life, we will fuck anybody else in ours. Now, the 6th one is a very big issue I see come across with my clients. God bless them. Which is flirting or trying to before connecting. Now, if you've gotten my Speech Spark Arousal System, which outlines the 3 steps to creating connections and chemistry with women, I talk about this idea of baking the sex cake, where first you need to bring together all the ingredients to make sure y'all got the right recipe for the cake. This is the connection phase, where who am I in my life and how do you fit into my life? Next thing you gotta do is mix it. Bring energy to the mix. Energy means laugh, positivity, heightened emotion. And the 3rd step is turning up the heat. You gotta put it in the fucking oven and turn on the heat in order for that cake to bake. You feel me? So let's think about what flirting is. Flirting being turn on the heat. What happens when you try to flirt before you connect? Really, you may as well just put a fucking pound of flour and sugar in the oven together and try to turn up the heat. That's bizarre. That's what it feels like when you guys try to flirt with us before connecting. It's creepy. It's a bit objectifying because how can you try to move things forward with us if we're not even connected to one another? It's like you shoving us or yanking us somewhere. That's why the term says feels too forward, because you haven't gotten us on board yet. So for any guy who comes up to girls like, damn, you're sexy, like we haven't connected, you're fucking creepy, please get away from me, I'm calling the police. Because again, if you try to go there before actively connecting with us, we get really scared, because you know who tries to move things forward without connecting first? You betcha, it's rapists and murderers. So yeah, please don't come around here with that flirty foolishness, because it's gonna feel like such a turn off. Which then brings me to the last one, which is kind of a culmination of all these things before, but it has to be said, using generically, intentionally flirty lines that you can use with other women. God bless this one client I have. He got a lot of women in his 20s because he's super fucking hot, and now he's like, I don't know how to get women. And he'll say things to my girls like, wow, you're looking really great today. Definitely the best part of my day. And the girls will be like, oh my gosh, shut the fuck up. But he's used to these lines working so well for him in his 20s when all he had was his looks, but now that he's a grown-ass man saying this shit, it's kind of creepy and cringe. If you try to use generically flirty lines that can be applied to any woman with a woman right in front of you, again, it makes us feel like we could be any other woman to you, and no woman wants to feel like that. That is a signal for our vajays to shrivel up as tightly as possible so we could go running as fast as possible. Because you can't run when it's like swollen and wet, right? So yeah, if we have an inkling that you're using this shit on other women, or you're talking to us like you talk to other women in a flirty or sexual way, we're gonna be very put off, and it's gonna be like, ow, get away from me. Ugh. Things like, oh, I'm doing a lot better now that I'm talking to you. Or even, oh yeah, you know, I just have a hard time concentrating when I'm talking to pretty girls like yourself. And I think there's like 2 things I promised you I would tell you. Oh yeah. So yeah, the last one is one that you guys rely on because, you know, you have nothing else to use, but you will know how to flirt better. You will know how to move things forward better if you know how to create connections and further turn those connections into chemistry. And that's exactly what we teach all our clients how to do in a way where you don't have to change a damn thing about who you are. You just have to change how you are interacting with women. Like I always say, just like you don't have to change your personality to learn the piano as an adult, learn how to play golf as an adult, you don't have to change your fucking personality to learn how to interact with women as a now adult. And that's what we get all my clients to do, is interact with women in a way where you don't have to change anything about yourself, but you're also getting to know her for who she is to create those genuine connections. I always say chemistry is 2 raw, inert substances coming together to react. That's what chemistry is. But until you know how to become your raw, inert substance and her raw, unfiltered substance, that chemistry wouldn't happen. Anyway, the weather is getting warmer, the clothes are getting skimpier, everybody's getting out and about more. Now's the time to make this happen for yourself. Don't let another year go by not taking care of this shit. So if you know you want to take care of it once and for all, apply right here at this link or the link in the bio, or go to jessicajdating.com/flirting. And please be mindful of these 7 things. You don't need to be turning these women off out there. We're already turned off enough walking throughout the day. Come on now. Oh, and thanks for watching as always. I'll see you guys next time.